Hello YouTube world, this is Todd with Great Escape Farms. Today I'm going over a second in a series of Q&A sessions that I'll be holding over the next few months. These questions come from our YouTube channel, email, blog posts, Facebook, even a few face-to-face questions. If you would like to submit a question, you can do so in the comment section of any of our above medium, or you can email your question to me directly. My email address is todd@greatescapefarms.com. Today's post covers several different topics. The topics include first flush downspout water diverter, water catchment, rainwater harvesting, hardwood cuttings, protecting plants from deer, Michael Judd's straw bale house, and seed starting indoors. So let's jump right into our first question from YouTube. This regards a first flush downspout water diverter product review. The background on this video is that I did a product review of the first flush downspout water diverter, which is part of a filtering system in a rainwater catchment system. The question is, thanks, their own website fails to explain anything about the gaskets and the filter. Thank goodness someone like you knows what they are doing. Our reply is, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Thanks for the kind words. Be sure to check out our rainwater catchment video playlist for all of our how-to videos and our product reviews on rainwater catchment systems. Our next question comes from YouTube as well, and it is on the video More Water Catchment Lessons Learned. The background on this video shows some of the many mistakes and lessons learned that I had in my first two water catchment installs. The question is, why do you have black plastic over the IBC totes? The answer, the black plastic cover is to prevent algae from growing in the IBC totes. The algae would clog my mist heads. By covering the totes with black plastic, it prevents sunlight from getting in the water, which prevents the algae from growing and hence clogging my mist heads. Our next question is also from our rainwater harvesting lessons learned. Background, the video shows some of the many mistakes that I've had in my first two videos. So the question is, hi, thanks for the video. I would like to do a rainwater catchment system for the financially challenged person living in a rental property. Please help. Thank you so much. Our reply is, if you have a small garden, I'd recommend going with 55-gallon barrels versus the 275 to 300-gallon IBC totes that I've been using. They are much cheaper and in some cases free. As a rental, they are also easily moved when they are empty and can be masked or hidden to look better and not be an eyesore. Our next question, also from YouTube, is about large rainwater harvesting system. Background. This video shows from the beginning to the end of the install of a 1,200-gallon rainwater catchment install I did last summer. It is very informative and by far my most popular video on YouTube. The screen discussed below is a screen covering the inlet of the IBC totes. The sole purpose of the screen is to keep mosquitoes out. Susan suggests, I think a much finer screen mesh would be needed to keep mosquitoes from entering your tote and laying eggs. Thanks. The screen I used was a fiberglass screen that is used in many windows throughout the United States. So far, the screen has done a great job at keeping mosquitoes out. Our next question is also from YouTube, and it is on large rainwater harvesting system. Side note here, if you'll notice I had quite a few on rainwater harvesting systems and water catchment systems. They are by far my most popular videos across my YouTube, and I have probably over 50,000, I know I have over 50, close to 60,000 views on just two of the videos, and I have 7 out there total. So a lot of interest on these particular videos. And because of all the interest, there are a lot of questions on those. So over the next couple of weeks, you'll be hearing a lot more about rainwater harvesting and the lessons learned video. So a little background on this video. Again, like I just stated, this video is from the beginning to end install of 1,200-gallon rainwater system I did last summer. I used a laser level to make sure that the 4 300-gallon IBC totes were exactly the same level so that the water would be the same in them. Stephen asks, I know you said you used a laser level, but you are not on solid concrete foundation. Surely once the tanks fill, everything will change, right? Our response, I actually had no settle this year. I'm guessing that was in part because I am on clay and we had a severe drought last year. Clay in drought is as good as concrete. I'm moving to 8-foot round flat bottom tanks later this year, so I don't think, even with soft clay, I would have to worry too much about settling. Our next video, also from YouTube, is about hardwood cuttings, part 1. Background. This video is the first in a series I did on taking cuttings in the winter and putting those cuttings in the ground to propagate new plants. RV asks, so what was the success ratio? Also, don't I cover them with some polyethylene, etc. for them to retain moisture? Our response is the success ratio depends on the plants. I had about 95% with elderberry. I had close to 50% with blueberry, which is great because I have always had difficulty propagating blueberries in the summer. The video is about hardwood cuttings taken in the winter time when the plants are dormant. I have so many because I run a nursery. Most people doing this will just plant the plants in the ground right where they're going to go, or put them in a pot and put a little mulch around them. Our next question was from our blog post, and the post was on protecting plants from deer. Background. This post was about some of the methods I use to keep deer away from my new plants. I have a lot of deer in the area, and with them, browsing plants as well as fall scrapes and rubs are a huge issue for me. This video addresses some of my successes in keeping deer at bay. Mike explains, I use double fence at about 2 or 3 feet apart. The first fence can be 2 strands, and the second fence a single strand about 1 foot higher than the highest strand on the outside fence. Deer are good at height perception, but not depth. Our response. I now have a 2-foot high fence that is 2 inches by 4 inches to keep the groundhog out. Just above that 2-foot fence, I have 1 strand of electric fence and another strand 18 inches above that. Then I have another strand on T-posts that are about 2 foot inside the first fence. I have had 1 deer get in the fenced area, and it's obvious by the damage that it caused to the wires trying to get out that he made a hasty exit. This system has been up for over a year now around my food forest, and it works great. The next question comes from our YouTube channel, and the video was Michael Judd's round straw bale house. Background. I did a video walkthrough of Michael Judd's straw bale house earlier this year. Michael actually gave the tour and explained a lot about the house. Philip wrote, I'm in Maryland and I would love to come see your structure as I'm actually about to learn building with straw. Would it be possible to come and visit? Hi Philip, I did this interview with Michael. He runs Ecologia Design and you can contact him directly at ecologiadesign.com. Our final question of the evening is from YouTube, and it is about our video Seed Starting Indoors to Save Money. Background. This video was kind of a how-to on starting seeds in your house. I start my seeds in my basement every year. I do this because I can't find the non-GMO heirloom annual plants that I want to grow in any of my local nurseries, so I just grow my own. The question is, do you have any experience with the LED grow lights? And this is from Tom's wife. Our response is, I do not have any experience with LED grow lights. I have done several different kinds of fluorescent bulbs, and that is it. We do have a product review on our website, both the blog post as well as on our YouTube channel, about some of the fluorescent lights that I've looked at. So that's it for this week's Q&A, and we will be back in another 2 weeks with another one of these. If you have any questions, again, email them to Todd@greatescapefarms.com. Thank you very much and have a great week.